Hello and welcome to Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. I'm your host, Janette Burke. We are live on location at the Hilton Garden in Vaughan, and we're here for Burgerfest, hosted by Spaz Media. We are interviewing headliners Real McCoy, who you may remember from the 90s, and then a resurgence in the 2006 to now period with songs like Automatic Lover and Another Night. And we're here talking with the two founding members, Olaf Jeglitza and Karin Kasar. Welcome to Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so how did you guys get involved with Real McCoy? What was the process?
In the beginning, there was fire. That's it's a long time ago, actually. It's like next year it's 30 years when it starts, and it starts in Berlin in the club scene. It's me going out, meeting a friend of mine now, which was a DJ, and then talking about making music and going in the studio and then to create things, and out comes a first song, which actually is not our song. It's a cover version, a rap version of the classic technotronic "Pump Up the Jam."
Oh, pump up the jam. Yeah, okay.
So in that time, you know, it was very popular that you made rap versions from.
And you were a
popular hits.
rapper.
And I was a rapper.
But you were also a break dancer.
That's true. Well, that's even earlier. Now it's getting back into the dark time, the middle age. No, but we went to the studio, made that rap version, and that was actually first chart entry in Europe and Germany with, at that time, MC Czar and the Real McCoy. You know, we had that long.
Yes, you had a very long name, and then you just shortened it to the Real McCoy.
That was the beginning, and you know, yeah, that's 30 years ago next year. So.
Oh, well, you're hard to look a day older, so you don't have to worry about it. But it was really a big sensation when you guys hit with your sound. Was very Eurobeat, and I think you had mentioned to me when I spoke with you yesterday that you actually had success in Canada first, and then you hit the US chart, which I think is really cool because usually it's the other way around, but hey, we're Canadian and we're proud.
The European invasion.
Yeah.
It goes that, you know, in the Pump Up the Jam, so we had first European success, and then came the time where Another Night was produced, and then it started to be released in Germany, and it first came over France, and then to Canada, and then it went into number one on like one of the radio stations or one of the compilations. And because of the heavy radio play in Canada, the cross-border radio stations in the States picked it up, and so that paved the way for the worldwide success.
And could it be also that at the time that this music came out, which was originally around 1995, and then your resurgence in 2006, why was there like such a hunger for this type of techno Euro mix? It had never been done before. It was quite brand new, and people wanted to go out and dance, and they liked this kind of music. It really took off. Do you have any reasoning as to why, like, they were so hungry for this type of thing? Just needed a change, or?
I guess that's pretty much the regular system in music, like sensations. You know, you have like, oh, I'm sick of this DJ music now. I want this whatever rap music now, and so maybe that sound, the dance sound, or the tempo was the right formula. If I would know exactly, I would like keep on doing hits and hits. So it's like, because it's changing, sometimes you just wonder why it was successful and looking for the answer and try to write the brand new hits. I don't know. We're just happy that it happened, right?
And so, how have you maintained your fan base? It's been 30 years. You're still popular. You're still playing venues. How were you able to do that? Or has your audience just stuck with you, grown with you? What's the interaction like?
It's the quality. It's the Real McCoy.
It's true, I think. Yeah.
I personally feel when we do the shows that we have a certain. We have sing-along songs. That's one thing. People like to get us on venues because we have a certain, you know, like it's not the right word, the image, but we make the people pretty much happy with our performance.
Yeah, you have like fun,
It's
it's
not
happy.
dancing choreography, it's just like,
performance.
And the songs themselves, including the names and the lyrics, are, very applicable to people's situation in life, right? Automatic Lover, Another Night. Your favorite song is, you told me, say it again, what it is your favorite
Come and
song?
Get Your Love.
Oh, Come and Get Your Love. So again, this is something that, I think is very relatable because, even I wouldn't be surprised if you have a huge female fan base, because these type of songs are situations and a lot of women go through in their life, and you sing about that and they hear the lyrics, they can sing along and they go, maybe, yeah, that's me, I had that, or I had that guy do that to me, and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, and I like to tell stories, and this song is really, I'm able to tell a story and play this with him on the stage, and I can tell a little bit of my story. And
we have sex on stage, we play that.
I'm sure your wife appreciates that.
just playing that role.
Yeah. So just to go into a little bit of a different area, the group is called Real McCoy. But at one point, it really wasn't really the Real McCoy, because you were the voice behind all the songs. You were on all the tracks. But your management team and your producers did not put you front and center.
Yeah, right.
They actually brought in 2 other women who were lip syncing your words. One was an American named Patsy Peterson, and then there was another girl named Lisa Cork, and another one named Vanesa. How did that make you feel?
It's kind of funny, you think, because first one girl lip syncing me, then 2 girls, and they search for another because they search for one who's really singing to add on it.
And they billeted it as a trio with Olaf.
Yeah.
So how did that make you feel?
Yeah, and in the first times, I was sad. I was a very young girl, and I had also hard times with that. But when I'm looking back, I think everything was okay for me, because I wouldn't be here in this situation, and what's really happening meant to be. It's the part of the music business. It was like this, and in Europe, you had a lot of products like that, and it's fine for me.
So in one way, it kind of made you famous, because it was your voice on the tracks, and eventually the truth came out.
Yeah.
And then the 2 of you reunited. So talk a little bit. How did that happen? I like to hear a little bit, because it's really good now. To me it's great that tonight I'm going to hear the original singer of these songs that I actually loved and grew up with and danced to perform and sing tonight. And I'm going to hear it with you, who you're an original member as well. How did you guys get back together? And how did you become front and center where you belong?
There's internet. Because I never.
Were you found her on Facebook?
There was no Facebook at the time. I was just starting. Actually, it was a Google search.
Yeah.
Because we never met before.
Oh.
I know that it was Karin Kasar, and she was living in Hamburg, and she recorded it there, but I was never part of that recording. So they told me a lot of stuff, why she is not, now in the group, just a voice, blah, 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 too. So, but anyway, at the end, there comes a time when a lot of stuff happens, a lot of stuff is done, said and done, and then you ask yourself, so why I never met that person really? So you want answers? I looked for answers, found her, emailed her, and she was a little bit, okay, let's see if I want to do this now, That's the story that's behind me. Everything happened for a reason. She's a very positive character. But the question was, okay, will I, talk to that guy now, that rapper guy? Why should I? But she was very open for it. I went to Hamburg. Then we had a first chit chat. I think it was a very funny night, because I felt I was a little sick and whatever. We had a very good time. We repeated that a couple of times. And that was it. And that was like 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, we stay in touch.
Now, how many
But
gigs?
at this time, I wasn't
We didn't
ready.
do live.
Yeah,
at
I
all.
wasn't
Me
ready
neither.
for that.
Yeah.
You weren't ready.
I wasn't ready for to do this comeback again. You know, I had other projects and I had.
And you have a
really
full-time
my own
job.
things. Yeah, a full-time job.
away
And
from
I'm
the music
doing
business.
Art, I'm doing painting.
And you're a mom, and you have all these other
everything,
things.
yeah.
You're a mom? I didn't know that.
At this time, I wasn't mom, but yeah, I had really a lot of things to do, and I was not ready for this.
Yeah, me
But we
neither.
stayed
I
in
was not
touch.
doing live or anything. We were doing studio work as a producer. So Real McCoy was done then. And then when you asking now, okay,
2016 is back.
we're going back on tour because the demand was there already. You know, a lot of people asking.
They want the songs.
They wanted to hear also the 90s feelings. You know, a lot of people combined. This was a very good time. You know, very good decade.
They were in a happier place. They were younger, right? They have the memories of the. So, and Olaf, do you do other things on the side, like other professions besides the singing?
Well, I'm originally a photographer. That's my real profession. Then after the touring with Real McCoy, I started to go into the producer business. But all that is done now. I'm settled.
Well, I'd like to ask you, how many bookings or gigs do you do like this a year now?
Let's say we have around like 30 to 50. But
That's pretty good.
oh, it is excellent. But the thing is, we have both kids.
Yeah.
And there's no bigger success in our life than having these kids. So what we do is we are very picky with the shows, you know.
Yeah.
This one here's a special one, comes through a good friend. So there was a request and said, Canada, I want to go, no problem. But it's not that we do everything, because it is. We don't see us so much also like only in 90s. We're just a pop act. We do good music, or we did good music. We still do our stuff, and we don't believe in it's now or never again. We just do it right. You have a good time on stage, you know, and so that amount of shows is enough. We could do much more, but then it's turning into something I don't want to put her through, and myself neither. Like,
Yeah, I think 30 to 50 is a lot. You know, traveling, this, that. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And when you have other things going on. A couple of other questions I had for you. If you were going to mentor somebody today who would really like to be in the music business, what would you tell them and why?
don't do it.
No, not really. But I would do something else. Not only this one thing. Always do 2 or 3 things in line. And maybe take someone who's in this business long before, who can mentor you. And maybe an older woman can teach younger women. Okay, I was in the business. Maybe I can show you some things. Maybe I can tell you some things about this business. That would be nice. Yeah.
And like the business itself, because you know, at the end of the day, it's a business. I know the artists produce music. Music is a product when it becomes a record or CD or whatever, and it's being sold. To what extent does the business part take over in terms of the industry, artists, the producers, the recording labels, and then the promoters? How much percentage-wise do they take over, and how much does that detract, let's say, from the creative? When you're like a talent, you have a creative side, and then there's the business side. Sometimes the creative side doesn't know the business side. How much of it is the business side? How much is involved?
I think it's like an iceberg, you know. What you see is the
Tip.
The tip, and that's the talent, and that's the thing what the people say. But under the water is a big ice block, and that's the whole work and the business, and you have to work a lot. You know.
I have a little different opinion.
Okay, tell me your opinion.
I think you have to decide why you're doing this whole thing. If you do music, you don't need the business. Music doesn't need business. You can do it everywhere you want. You can do it in your bathtub.
Yeah,
you can
sure.
do whatever you want with your music. But if you want to do something that has something to do with the business, like you want to be famous, you want to make money, you have to play by the rules. There's no like, okay, this is, do what you want to do, but don't make any compromises. You may fail on the way to the success, but it's up to you. You have to make your decision. Is this real what you're doing? You know, really what you want? But don't complain later like, oh, I didn't want to do this before, blah blah blah. 50% is luck. You can, but if you're just a talent, just be the talent. Just making music on the corner wherever you want. Just
And
be the
do
talent.
what you love, yeah.
Yeah, do what you love.
The
The whole
love what
plan
you
of
do,
how to
yeah,
be successful, that's already like too much of a concept. Like,
That's the real business side. But when you do get involved with the business side and all that, what do you need to be aware of?
get experts, get a good lawyer, get people that really, taking care of stuff that,
Coachings,
how
yeah.
could you understand at the beginning certain contract rules, certain conditions. Always get somebody on your side that is a pro in that.
And if you were gonna do it all again today, start over, would you? And how would you? Would it be different? Would it be the same? Would you use the internet more, YouTube?
Of course, the circumstances are different now. There's different possibilities, but of course I would do the same in a way. I always do what I want. So I still do what I want. And I did back then what I wanted. So if I would be successful that way, that's a different question. But I would do how I do my life nowadays. If I want to do this, I do this. And that's okay, and that's what I did then. I was doing breakdance, started to rap, and thought, okay, let's do a record. First couple of records flopped, and at the end, worked out. So we're lucky guys.
Yeah. And I did a lot of live music. That's my life.
That's your thing, your genre?
Like that. I like to be in part of the people, and that's my life. That's my love. And I would never do something different. I wouldn't change my life. I'm happy as I am now, and I don't regret anything.
That's good. How is it performing though now versus when you were performing back in the 90s? Has it changed a lot for you? Is your energy the same? Do you do some of the same moves, or is it completely different?
I believe that the energy always has to do with like being, stage fright and stuff like that.
Oh, you have stage fright? Oh, you don't strike me as a type that would.
Oh yeah, no, I'm playing cool. I'm like, hey, maybe no problem. Of course, I would be like, but it's so much easier in a way, because most of the time you come to places now that they're waiting for you, that you play the hits and you play your hits and it's all good.
Yeah.
Back
So it's
then,
open arms.
Right.
Yeah.
But still,
Your confidence is there. Your confidence is there, right? You're a confident woman. You want other women to feel confident and successful and just do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. Okay, well, I know you're going to take the stage in about an hour's time. So I want to thank you so much for taking this time to talk to me. I really appreciate you granting me the interview. And it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
thanks for having
And I
us.
can't wait to see you on stage tonight and get a few cutaways of your concert.
Yeah.
Great.
And I want to thank you for being here with us as well. This is Janette Burke, your host, signing off for Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. A lovely interview with real McCoy. We have Olaf Jeglitza and Karen, or say it in German, it's nicer. Karen
Karin Kasar.
and
is the
Karen
German
Kasar.
pronunciation,
But okay, Karen or Karen.
Karen,
Yeah, it's a lovely name. And so you can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Google+, Vimeo, YouTube, you name it, we're there. Hashtag Janette's I'm Every Woman in TV. And until next time, continue to be fabulous. Thanks for being with us.